If you've been following the Ravens this season, you know that all eyes have been on Lamar Jackson. And it's easy to see why. The conversation around him has dominated the headlines, with fans and analysts alike trying to decipher just how healthy he is and what that means for Baltimore's playoff hopes. Lamar has been through quite a season in terms of physical challenges, from hamstring issues that sideline him for weeks, to constant mentions on the injury report covering everything from his toes to his ankles and knees. It's been a lot to keep track of, add in some illness that kept him out of practice for a few days. And you can understand why there's a sense of caution around him. Still, despite all these hurdles, Lamar has been getting back on the field and showing glimpses of the dynamic player that made him one of the league's most electrifying quarterbacks in recent comments. It's been noted that while Lamar is back, he isn't exactly at full strength yet. The toll from a hamstring injury doesn't just vanish overnight, especially when the season is in full swing. While he's clearly not holding back outright, the explosive 4, 5, 20, 30-yard runs that once defined his game have been less frequent. The Ravens' offense has adapted, relying more on their defense and running game to maintain balance. And that's been effective. The team is still competitive, even without the full force of Lamar's legs in the mix. Over the past few weeks, however, Lamar seems to be finding a rhythm again. He's moving a little more fluidly, looking a little closer to that peak version of himself, even if he's not quite all the way there. Hamstring and soft tissue injuries are tricky, and the reality is that full recovery can often take months, not just weeks. So the fact that Lamar is playing at a high level right now is a testament to both his skill and his resilience. One of the ongoing questions is just how much these setbacks have impacted Lamar's performance, and whether rest could be the key to maximizing his abilities down the stretch. A scenario has been discussed in which the Ravens could potentially rest him during a Week 17 game, assuming certain outcomes in the schedule leave that matchup essentially meaningless. The idea would be to preserve his health for a critical, potentially decisive game in Week 18, as well as for the postseason. It's a controversial idea among fans, because some worry that taking him out for a week could disrupt the team's rhythm, but history shows that after a bye week, the Ravens often start a bit slower in the playoffs. So there's a delicate balance between rest and maintaining momentum for a quarterback like Lamar, whose running ability is such a central part of the team's strategy. Managing the health of his leg and overall body could be crucial if the injury is significant. Giving him a full week off could be far more beneficial than risking further strain. Even if the injury is moderate, there's a possibility of limited participation, playing a quarter or a half, to maintain rhythm without exposing him to unnecessary hits. The conversation around Lamar isn't just about his legs, though. His unique skill set continues to shape the Ravens' offense in ways few quarterbacks can. Unlike traditional pocket passers, Lamar's ability to change the game with his legs forces defenses to account for him on every snap. Whether he's running design plays or keeping the ball on option reads, his presence alters how opponents set up, creating space for other players like Derrick Henry or Keaton Mitchell to thrive. When defenses hesitate, wary of Lamar breaking free, the entire offensive dynamic shifts. Even if his runs aren't as explosive as in the past, just the threat of them can open up opportunities for his teammates. It's a blend of running ability, athleticism, and sufficient throwing skill that makes him so dangerous. He's not the prototypical pocket passer, yet when given protection, he can read defenses, make accurate throws, and punish teams from within the pocket as well. Managing Lamar's health is as much strategic as it is physical. The Ravens are finding ways to balance his need for recovery with maintaining offensive effectiveness. Players on the roster who have battled injuries themselves, like Calvin with a quad issue or Roquan Smith dealing with knee problems, can also benefit from managed rest. The team's approach to these situations is nuanced, seeking to protect players while keeping the squad competitive in crucial games. It's a tightrope walk, especially for Lamar, whose contributions are central to everything Baltimore does offensively. One of the biggest takeaways from recent practice reports is that Lamar is back in action and participating fully, which is always a relief for the team and the fans. Missing Wednesdays, as he has all season, has become somewhat routine. But seeing him on the field again signals that the team is moving in the right direction. He's acknowledged the challenges, framing missed practice time as beneficial rest that helps him perform at his best. This approach shows a level of professionalism and mental toughness He's accustomed to these ups and downs and focused on what really matters, executing on game day. On the field, Lamar's presence continues to have a ripple effect, even if his designed runs aren't as frequent. Defenses must account for his mobility. That alone opens up the running game and passing opportunities, giving the Ravens multiple layers of strategy to leverage. Against teams less effective against the run, Lamar could see a few more chances to keep the ball himself, maintaining that dual threat capability that makes him so unpredictable. The goal is to find that balance between letting him impact the game with his legs, while protecting him enough to be at full strength when it matters most in the postseason. Beyond the physical aspects, there's no question that Lamar Jackson is a generational talent. Analysts often compare him to other unique athletes in league history, noting the rare combination of speed, vision, and passing ability. He can beat defenses from the pocket, as we've seen, or by moving outside of it, creating challenges for opponents that few quarterbacks can match. The dual threat he represents forces defenses to constantly make compromises, whether that's leaving a spy in the backfield or stacking the box to contain him. It's a constant chess match, and Lamar's abilities tip the scales in favor of Baltimore in ways that go beyond simple stats. As the Ravens look ahead to the final stretch of the season, managing Lamar's workload and health remains a priority. His skill set, combined with the team's strategic adjustments, offers a promising path forward. Watching him navigate both the physical and tactical challenges of this season highlights not just his talent, but his resilience and adaptability. Fans can take comfort in knowing that even with injuries and illness impacting practice, Lamar Jackson is back on the field, shaping the game in ways that only he can. The discussions around rest, practice, and gameplay strategy are not just about preserving a player. They're about maximizing the impact of one of the most extraordinary talents in the National Football League today. Even with all the injuries and setbacks, the Ravens' season has been a testament to adaptation and perseverance, and Lamar Jackson has been at the center of it all. Watching him step back onto the field after missing key practice sessions shows a level of commitment and determination that separates elite athletes from the rest. It's not just about playing through pain, it's about finding ways to lead a team, maintain rhythm, and still impact the game, even when every step might carry a reminder of past injuries. Lamar's approach this season has been remarkably pragmatic. He acknowledges when rest is necessary, uses downtime to recover, and still manages to keep his mind sharp for the moments that really matter. This maturity has allowed him to maintain a high level of play, even if the raw explosiveness of his legs isn't at the peak it once was. The Ravens coaching staff has had to balance that reality with the team's overall strategy. By leaning more heavily on the running game and defensive strength, they've been able to cover for any limitations in Lamar's mobility without losing competitiveness. Derrick Henry, Keaton Mitchell, and the offensive line have stepped up, making the ground game more effective than it has been in previous seasons. The integration of Lamar's threat as a running quarterback with these adjusted strategies has created a multi-dimensional offense capable of challenging any opponent even when Lamar isn't taking off on those long designed runs. His mere presence forces defenses to adjust, creating mismatches and openings for the rest of the team. It's a subtle form of influence, but one that underscores just how unique his skill set is. This season, the Ravens have also faced the challenge of managing expectations. Fans remember Lamar at his absolute best, the MVP caliber player capable of reshaping a game in a matter of seconds. Naturally, any hint of limitation or injury invites scrutiny, but the reality is that no quarterback in the league plays a full season without some physical challenges. What sets Lamar apart is his ability to adapt and still make a difference. While he may not be replicating every explosive run from prior seasons, he continues to demonstrate precision in the pocket, decision-making under pressure, and an uncanny ability to manipulate defenses. With his dual threat skills, he can extend plays, find open receivers, and make accurate throws even when the pocket collapses, keeping opposing defenses constantly off balance. The conversation around resting Lamar has become increasingly relevant as the playoffs approach. The team has to weigh the benefits of short-term rest against the risk of disrupting offensive timing. A scenario where Lamar sits for a week could help him recover fully for a critical game, ensuring his legs are ready for high-pressure situations. However, it's a delicate calculation. Losing rhythm can have consequences if the team doesn't maintain consistency, yet the potential reward of having Lamar fully healthy, ready to operate at near 100%, capability is significant. It's a strategic choice that could define the Ravens' postseason, and one that reflects just how central he is to their success. The coaching staff has to consider the bigger picture, balancing player health, offensive rhythm, and playoff readiness in a way that few teams have to manage for a player of Lamar's caliber. Even as the season progresses, Lamar's influence goes beyond individual performance. His presence elevates the play of his teammates when defenses focus on containing him. It opens lanes for running backs and creates opportunities for receivers to find space. Players like Derrick Henry and Keaton Mitchell benefit directly from the respect defenses show Lamar. And the passing game flourishes when teams overcome at stopping his mobility. It's a cascading effect that makes him not just a dangerous player individually, but a game-changing force for the entire offense. Watching him operate, even at slightly reduced speed or explosiveness, highlights how unique his combination of athleticism, vision, and skill truly is. This season has also reinforced Lamar's adaptability. Injuries, illness, and missed practices have forced him and the coaching staff to adjust the game plan weekly. He's learned to read defenses in different ways, manage timing and rhythm despite disruptions, and still maintain a high level of performance. This type of intelligence and situational awareness is what makes him a generational talent. Not only can he execute plays, but he can also process the game at a level that allows him to exploit weaknesses and adjust mid-play, a rare skill among even the league's top quarterbacks. As Baltimore looks ahead, managing his health and maximizing his impact remains a central theme. The team has to balance his need for rest with the desire to maintain offensive consistency, particularly in the critical final games of the season. With the postseason looming, decisions about playing time, participation in practice, and load management are all amplified. Each choice has consequences that could reverberate through the playoffs. Giving him a week off in the right circumstances could preserve his explosive capability for decisive moments, while integrating him carefully into games ensures he maintains touch, timing, and confidence. It's a balancing act that few teams have had to perform with a quarterback of Lamar's unique abilities. The way Lamar has handled adversity has also been remarkable on a mental and emotional level. He's faced injury reports that seem endless, public scrutiny, and the constant pressure of leading a team through a demanding schedule. Yet he continues to demonstrate focus, professionalism, and resilience. His attitude toward missed practices, viewing them as beneficial rest rather than setbacks, speaks volumes about his approach to the game. It shows a mindset that prioritizes performance when it matters most, and a maturity in handling the inevitable challenges of an NFL season. Even as he manages injuries and illness, Lamar remains a quarterback capable of transforming games in the blink of an eye. Defenses still have to account for him in every play, whether it's a designed run, a scramble, or a precise throw from the pocket. His presence alone alters game plans and creates opportunities for teammates across the field. Watching him play, it's evident that his impact goes far beyond statistics or highlight reels. It's about controlling the flow of the game and forcing opponents to react to his decisions, his movement, and his vision. Before we dive in, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Your support keeps us bringing you the latest news on the Baltimore Ravens. And hey, drop your take in the comments below. We want to hear from the flock. Lamar Jackson has sent shockwaves through the NFL world yet again, and this time, it's not about a dazzling touchdown or a clutch fourth-quarter drive. The whispers surrounding the Ravens' star quarterback have reached a fever pitch, as speculation grows about the true story behind the staggering $72 million contract extension that has dominated headlines. Sources close to the organization hint that the deal may be far more complex than initially reported, sparking curiosity among fans and analysts alike. While the official narrative painted a picture of mutual satisfaction and commitment between Jackson and Baltimore, insiders suggest there could be hidden clauses, incentives, or performance-based triggers that dramatically alter the financial landscape of the contract. Rumors abound that portions of the deal might hinge on playoff appearances, passing yard milestones, or even maintaining peak physical condition throughout the grueling season. Such stipulations, if true, would not only redefine Jackson's earning potential, but also the way elite quarterback contracts are structured across the league, adding fuel to the fire. Whispers from locker room sources hint at behind-the-scenes negotiations that extended far longer than the public timeline suggested. Some speculate that rival teams had approached Jackson with jaw-dropping offers forcing the Ravens front office into an unprecedented scramble to secure their star, while no concrete details have emerged. The idea that the $72 million figure might mask even more lucrative incentives has fans imagining scenarios where Jackson could potentially earn sums previously thought unattainable for a single NFL contract. Social media has exploded with speculation, and analysts are dissecting every word from Jackson and team executives, looking for hidden clues. Some suggest that Jackson's performance last season could be directly tied to his motivation under this enigmatic deal, while others argue that the extension is a strategic move by the Ravens to retain control of one of the most electrifying talents in football. Regardless, one thing is clear: the story behind Lamar Jackson's mega contract is far from settled, and every rumor only intensifies the fascination surrounding one of the league's most enigmatic figures. Fans and pundits alike are left waiting, eyes glued to every report, tweet, and interview, desperate for the next revelation in a saga that promises to shape the NFL's financial and competitive landscape for years to come. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay in the loop with exclusive news on our Baltimore Ravens, make sure to subscribe and hit that like button. We'd love to hear what the flock thinks. Drop your thoughts in the comments. See you in the next one.